everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sahar and today we're going to be talking about my favorites of 2019. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year! It's 2020 and I just hit 1,000 subscribers like a day before New Year's, I believe, and I'm just so happy. And it's just like it was my goal for 2020 and I'm so happy that I reached it. And yeah, so today we'll be doing a try-on type of video for all the favorites I've been enjoying for the month of 2019, for the year 2019, and more or less I'm going to be bringing these along to 2020 as well. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate you subscribing and joining my family, because yeah, we're going to be like doing things. There's a lot of big things happening in 2020, so watch out. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So honestly, I've actually really been enjoying using this as a primer, and this is the Jason Soothing Aloe Vera, or just aloe vera in general, moisturizing gel, and it's organic. It's really nice, and it's super like tacky, and I really like it. I don't know why. I do feel like my skin is just more, because I have oily combination skin. So basically, oily combination skin means I have an oily T-zone, and then really dry cheek area, and I do get really oily around the nose throughout the day, early throughout the day, but my skin just feels so much more alive. I think you feel like it's actually working, and you feel it's a little more tacky, so the foundation seems to stick more, and throughout the day I feel like it just looks better. My foundation just looks better when I have this on. Next is, okay, the foundations I have. There are two foundations that I've discovered in 2019 that I really love. One is more recent, but I fell in love with it right away. So the first is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I love this. I've been using it all year, and I love this because of the coverage. And I also really like how it like goes throughout the day. It doesn't make me look too oily, and the coverage is great. I have a lot of scarring from pimples, and I really like the coverage. Like, a little goes a long way with this. But I recently found like one of my holy grails right now, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And the thing with this is I just prefer how it looks at the end of the day because it's more matte. The only thing is the coverage isn't great. It's like medium. It's a good medium. I can't really build it up too much to a full, unlike this. So sometimes what I do is I like to mix them. I'm in the shade 128 Warm Nude for the Superstay, and then for this I'm also 128 Warm Nude. These both are too dark for me, but the magic trick I've been using since forever is mixing whatever is a little too dark and too pink on me with green concealer. And the green concealer I have been loving forever, this is like my third or fourth tube already, is the LA Girl Pro Conceal concealer in green. This is a good trick to cancel out redness. I don't like it when I put it on my skin. I don't feel like it's canceling out any redness. So what I did was trying to make these foundations work. The problem with drugstore foundations, they tend to go like a little more pink on me. I like to mix this with something that would cancel out the pinkness. So I tried mixing it with the green. It just works. It works, and I love it. And this doesn't really do anything to my foundations. Wait, I said it was going to be a try-on, and I'm not trying anything on. So for today, I'm going to be using the Superstay one. This is the bottle I have in my bag. It's just, see, it's really goopy. Let's compare it to the Fit Me. The Fit Me is a little bit less goopy. As you can see, this is the Fit Me, and this is the Superstay. So the Superstay is thicker, so much thicker than the Fit Me. So they both seem yellow, but they're not. They're actually kind of really pink once they like dry down, or maybe it's because of my skin, maybe they're oxidizing. So I take some on the back of my hand, and then this is like, I'm almost done through with this. Okay. I'll just put like maybe a 1:4, 1:3 ratio. Depends on the color that you get or that you achieve at the end when you start mixing it. You just have to, oh wow, it's like almost finished. You just have to eyeball it, you know, just eyeballing it. So just mix them all together until you get the desired shade that you want. Whatever you have, just lay it on your skin. Okay, so another thing I've been enjoying is this brush by H&M. Excuse me. This brush by H&M It's like a it's flat, so it's a flat kabuki brush, I think. Is this a kabuki brush? But I just feel like it's one of those brushes that I got on sale. It's like a 50% off sale, I think. And if it wasn't on sale, it would be kind of expensive. But it's really an affordable brush for what you get. It's actually a really good brush because you know how those foundation brushes, they like leave your face with streaks, and I have had a lot of those kinds of brushes. You know, you try to buy the cheap ones because they're super soft, so you're like, okay, this is gonna be good, and then when you try it out in actuality, and then you're like in the dark or the lighting's not good, and you're like, oh, my makeup looks so good, and when you step out into the light, you're like, oh my gosh. So it's really important to find a good kabuki brush, or if you're a brush person and not like a beauty blender person, then this brush is really good. This is the H&M, I don't know what brush this is, angled buffer brush. So I have two beauty blenders that I like to use, dry or wet, and the first is by AOA. This is the soft version. They have a harder version which I don't really like, the soft version, so I just use a clean one, and you can use it dry or wet. Keep mentioning that, and just, you know, just pat it around. Make sure you're careful with this step because you don't want to disrupt like the coverage of the foundation. Sometimes when you go in too hard or too often, you're gonna like mess up the coverage because it's gonna absorb like the excess. Next is actually a concealer. I have been loving the Age Rewind from Maybelline. This is in the shade Neutralizer. It's empty, as you can tell, it's empty, and there's really nothing bad I can say about this. I really like it, and I'm gonna have to get another one since they don't have the Neutralizer shade in my country right now. I'm gonna maybe get the Sand shade. Let's see if I can like squeeze some up in whatever that thingy is. Okay, still have some. Okay, I still have some. That's good. I like another foundation like buffer. I don't think it's a foundation blender, but this is also by H&M. And look at how perfect that is. It fits under my eye perfectly. Not that this doesn't fit perfectly, because it's also kind of good, but it's just so fat that I actually prefer the size of this, because look how it's just easier for me to blend. And I do have several videos on different kinds of blending sponges, and I'll be linking it down below, and also be linking it up here somewhere. H&M has really good stuff, and I really want to try their makeup this 2020 because their makeup is really good. It's a little more expensive than usual, but it's not like Forever 21 makeup, where I feel like Forever 21 makeup is like Claire's makeup. By the way, H&M is also on my nails right now. This is not sponsored by H&M, by the way, but I wish it was. So next we're gonna go into the brows. Okay, so the brows are a little bit difficult because it's so easy to use up brows. Like the number one thing I do every day is like brows. I've tried the NYX micro brow, I've tried the LA Girl Skinny like micro brow thing. I've tried so many micro brows, I've tried so many brow products, especially by Maybelline because they're like the cheapest, and I never like fall in love with anything. I haven't really fallen in love with anything either. So I recently got this. This is a local brand. It's called Ever Bilena. It's the Cleopatra eyebrow pencil, and I just really like the color of this. It's just a very typical eyebrow pencil. Sorry, my phone is dinging. I'm getting messages. It's a typical eyebrow pencil, and the thing I don't like about this, it's super like it's super, you can see it's like like what do you call that, coverage, pigment, like pigment. And that's what I don't actually like in eyebrow pencils. It's like if it's something's too pigmented. But I really like the color of this. This one, what I like to do is I like to put it, doesn't look good at first. You just put it wherever you want, and you know, you'll see the really ugly lines. But what I like about that brow product is it's so soft that it's so easy to just, you know, take a spoolie and just run it through your brows, like, you know, mess it up. After I'm done with that, I do go into two of my favorite brow products. When, you know, brow mascaras, what do they call these? Brow gels, I believe. Yeah, this is the Essence Make Me Brow. I have two shades, one in the brownie brows and one in the blondie brows, because the one I want, the brownie brows, the one in between these two shades is never available. So what I like to do is I take the brownie brows and I just go through my brows at the end part, because I like to concentrate the darker color near the end part of my brows. And then take the blondie brows and I concentrate that in the first to middle part of my brows. So that's basically my like everyday brow routine. Okay, so let's pretend for a moment that my brows are like super even because my camera's about to die. So next we're gonna go into my next favorite, which is bronzer. Okay, there are two different kinds of bronzers. Like there's the bronzer and then there's like the contour kind of bronzer. So I have two of my favorites right here. For a bronzer, you know, to warm up the skin, I like to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in this shade bronzer. I have a lot of bronzers, and this is just the winner. I love this so much. It's super soft, it smells amazing, and it's just the perfect shade for my skin tone. And it's just so easy to blend, and it's not like super orange, it's not super red. That's the problem with bronzers for me. Like whenever I have a new bronzer, and I like it at first, but then when it gets older, I feel like it oxidizes or something and becomes a little bit like orangey, and yeah, that's what I don't like about other bronzers. But for the bronzer contour kind of bronzer, I love this Focallure Sculpt Glow in number 3. This is the best. Even the highlighter is also my favorite. This is like my go-to highlighter as well. Nikia Joy introduced me to this, and this just is the perfect tone for like that shadow effect. So I just take some on my brush and I just you know, follow that shadow along my face just to emphasize the shadow. And I like using an angled brush that's not too fat for this process. Next, we're gonna go into a blush that I just recently discovered actually. This is from Etude House. This is the Berry Delicious blush, and this shade is in the color Berry Delicious Cream Blusher in PK002. I just feel like it looks matte in the pan, but it's not. It's like a creamy kind of blush that where I do is it's like a putty type of a feel, and I just fill it up with my brush. I can't really remove any excess because it's not powder, and I just lightly tap it on my face. I love the color, I love the longevity as well, and I like that it's not matte, so it doesn't look like there's powder on my face. And I don't know, it just gives me a nice flush of color, a nice glow. You can be quite heavy-handed with this, so just make sure you don't tap too much like what I just did. So once I have that on, let me go to my highlight, which is also from the Focallure number 3 palette. This I have been using non-stop. Seriously, there was a design here and then now it's faded. I also really like this highlight because it's a very natural highlight for me, but at the same time you can build it up to make it really nice and glowy. And I just prefer this kind of natural looking highlight to my face because this is perfect for my skin tone. Oh, you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see that right away. And I just put some on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow over there, and then just a little bit on the forehead, just a little bit, not too much. Oh wait, we didn't set our under eyes, so it's a little bit settling into my fine lines, but super tiny bit. I really like this. This is the Cover FX translucent light powder, and I have it in like the mini travel size, and I do really like this powder. But I've been loving this because it doesn't also look too drying. I have been loving the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. I have been loving this a lot, like a lot. My favorite shades: Birch, Dystopian, Fresh, Twig, and Rose Quartz. Absolute favorite. So we're gonna go into this, and we're just gonna use normal brushes. Just have these brushes right here. They're all crease brushes. So we're gonna go into the shade Fresh, all over the eyes, Twig, and then just put that all over my eyes for my crease. I'll lay in some Birch just to warm that shade a little bit. So Rose Quartz, I love this shade. It is super beautiful, and I love the shades that are like pinky and nudie pink. I love rose gold. And then we're gonna be deepening the outer part of my crease with the shade Dystopian. So Dystopian is pretty, it's pretty pigmented. So I think it's better if you go in with a little first and then build up until you get the shade that you want. And then finally I'll use the shade Teak, and I'll just merge those two shades together with the shade Teak, just to give it a nice like gradient effect. That's it. Super simple, super quick. So with the bottom lashes, I'll do the same thing, like fresh underneath and then twig. Then I'll take some birch as well and then just put it a little bit below to give it a little bit of color, the shade Bloom. Now to deepen up this side, I'm going to use the shade Dystopian and just concentrate it at the outer part of my eye, not all the way. Okay, and then finally we're going to go in with the shade Pearl, and we're going to be concentrating that in the center of our eyes. So just shade Pearl and then just put that in the center as our inner corner highlight. Bam, we're done. Next favorite is mascara. So mascara, this is like the 4th, 5th tube I have of this, and I seriously need to find a good mascara in 2020. If you have any mascara suggestions, please let me know down below, because I need to find a new mascara. I need to graduate from this already. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, of course. L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I've tried and tested this so many times, and it's never really failed me. I've worn this in the gym, didn't fail me. Worn this to the beach, didn't fail me. I went surfing. I wore this to the pool, I wore this to parties, and it's super, even the shower, it's super long lasting. This is a trick I do when I don't have a curler on hand. I just like lift my lashes up slightly and then blow, or like if you have a fan, so that when they dry, it's gonna dry lifted. So I don't really have a favorite eyeliner as of the moment, but I do enjoy this one by Makeup Revolution. I do like this liner, and I should have put this before I put the lashes. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of liner, just a tiny bit. So next is gonna be, lipstick. So for lip liner, I do enjoy the Essence lip liners and the Rimmel ones as well. And yeah, I have this Essence lip liner in the shade, what is this, Naked, or in the nude? In the nude. I really like it. It's nice and soft, but it's not like too soft that when you feel like it's just gonna, like a lipstick in a pen form. There's a combo of lipsticks that I absolutely love doing, especially on the daily, and that is the shade Nude Embrace by Maybelline, the matte one, and Nude Nuance by Maybelline as well. It's also matte. So Nude Nuance is a little bit darker than the Nude Embrace. So I'll put a little bit of that. But this is my favorite, and you can tell from how much is left. And see, it's kind of broken. That's how much is left. That's how much I love this. I use this every single time because this is just the perfect lip combination thingy that combines with any kind of lipstick, and it just makes it perfect. But oops, sorry. Just makes it the perfect shade for every kind of lipstick. So I also like mixing this shade with Daringly Nude, which is a more pinky as opposed to browny Maybelline shade. I just really like this lipstick. I actually have a new one already because this is like old. So these are the non-makeup essentials that I have, that I absolutely have been loving in 2019. There are only 2 of them. So the first is this Nivea Care and Color lip balm in red. I love this. It's not red per se, and it's like, get a lot. It's not like super red. It just gives your lips the natural redness that it deserves, that it needs. The hydration is okay, but I just really love the color of this. And my number one, I think this is like the winner of 2019, and it's not makeup, but it's kind of the category of makeup. It's a makeup remover. This is the one, Pond's. The Pond's Cleansing Balm. I love this. You know how the Lash Paradise never gets off. If you're a Lash Paradise user, you will understand the difficulty of having to remove it every single day. This is just a dream. I love this. What you do is you take some of the balm and then you rub it around your skin, or especially the eye area. I actually only use this on the eye area, not my face. And then you just remove it with a makeup wipe or a cotton swab and you're done. It's off. So that is it, everyone. We're finally done with our 2019 favorites for the year 2019. So yeah, we're finally done. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. I'd really like to know what your favorites are for the year of, I keep saying the month of 2019. And I'd really like to try them as well, especially because I'm on the hunt for a new lash mascara thing. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for my other videos, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!